Summer school to get ahead for college.
A lot of peach basket players go on.
Basketball players?
Hey, Baxter, what's that you're watching? Most awesome act ever.
Thank you, Joe.
So this is the secret millionaire's club. Wow, it's an honor to be here.
and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. George Robar, VP of Compliance, Scotiabank, representing on behalf of the Jamaica Bankers Association, coming to talk to us a little bit on the reasons for anti-money laundering and know your customer rules.
That's a good thing? Is that a good thing? If you think it's a good thing, let me see your hands. That's a good thing. It's good to have a healthy banking system because that can contribute to economic development, and if we all want to enjoy greater prosperity in our lifetime, then we need to have a healthy financial system, and a key part of having a healthy financial system is a healthy banking system. So, we want to talk about the reasons for anti-money laundering and know your customer rules. How many people have accounts who are here, have accounts with banks, just by show of hands? How many of you? I would say that's roughly what, 40%? Who is good at maths? You're good at maths? You look, show of hands again. About how many people you think in the group? It's about 40% of us here? Roughly 40% of us here have bank accounts. And what do you recall when you open your bank account? Tell me some of the things that the bank asks you for. Anybody? TRN, ID, right, little girl. Right? They wanted your money, but before they took the money, they needed to know more about you. Proof of your address, where you live. I'm looking for one more. References. Good. All right. So we can stop there. So we know that banks have to find out information about us when we're opening accounts. So the whole objective of my presentation is to help you to have a better appreciation and understanding as to why the bank wants your ID, your TRN, proof of your address, want to get referees when you're opening an account with a bank. And I want to ask you 3 would use. Say the word, would use. 3 would use. The first one, give me a little drum beat there at the end of each one. Would you lend your money to a perfect stranger who you know absolutely nothing about? You don't have the phone number, you don't have the address. Would you do that? No. Good. Second, would you leave, if you have a baby, would you leave your baby in the care of someone you're meeting for the very first time? And who will care for your child while you are away at work? Would you? No. Big no. Third, would you allow your car, assuming you have a car, your car to be driven by someone who you have never seen drive a car? You don't even know if they have a driver's license. Would you do that? No. You wouldn't do it. And if you know somebody who would do that, you would be justified to say that they are exercising poor judgment. Agree? Alright. So why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? I want to suggest to you that you wouldn't do that because there's something very important called trust. Trust. Say the word trust. Trust. Trust in another person depends upon you knowing that person. True? How are you going to trust somebody who you don't really know? Agree? For you to trust somebody, you have to know them. You have to know what kind of character they are. If you're going to let them drive your car, you're going to need to know that they are competent to drive the car. True? Agreed? Drum roll on that. Alright. One more question for you. One more. Just one more. Now, is it important for us to know about the character and competence of persons who offer us financial services, like people in the bank, people in the insurance company? Many of them have boots here. Is it important for us to know about their character and their competence. Yes, drum roll again. Yes, because bankers, insurance agents, and investment advisors are all persons in whom we place trust. And so the law of our country requires that before anybody can offer you banking service, before they can offer you insurance services, before they can offer you investment advice, they have to be fit and proper. They have to show themselves to be persons of integrity and persons who are able to exercise competence in managing your money. Alright, everybody agree with that? So, I'm supposed to be talking to you about anti-money laundering and know your customer, and how does all of this that we've been talking about, lending money and taking care of baby and driving car, how does this have anything to do with anti-money laundering? Well, I'm going to help you fit all the pieces together. As customers, we put trust in the financial institution, correct? But do you understand as well that the financial institution that you open an account with, they are also putting trust in you? Do you realize that? They are trusting that the money that you are placing or you're depositing with them is not money that is criminal property. It's not money that came from some form of illegal activity. Do you understand that? Why? Because banks do not want to facilitate criminal activity. I know there's a lot of good feelings here today because we've been getting good entertainment and good vibes, but sometimes we need to bring the talk down to a serious level. How many people remember the name Imani Green? 8-year-old girl, her life was taken away from her. Life that was filled with great promise. She was visiting her relatives here in Jamaica from the United Kingdom. And she was playing with her cousins at a shop in Duncan's, out in the west, in Trelawney, Red Dirt District. And she was caught in the crossfire, a reprisal shooting, and the theory was that somehow this was connected to the lotto scam. An 8-year-old girl. I was looking at her picture today. Crime damages lives. Crime damages countries. Say it with me. Crime damages lives. Crime damages countries. So banks do not want to facilitate money laundering because money laundering is connected with criminal activity. What is this thing we call money laundering? Right? What is this thing called money laundering? Money laundering is a process of concealing or hiding the source of money that has been obtained by illicit means, by illegal means, by unlawful means. So money laundering is all about deception. All about deception. Money laundering involves distancing the proceeds of crime from the crime itself in a way that conceals its illicit origin and then puts the proceeds of crime back into the legitimate economy but under the control of the criminal. Money laundering. I want to give you a practical example of how money laundering can work. As you hear people talk about money laundering, it doesn't involve taking the money and washing it and then hanging it out on a line to dry, as that picture on the slide suggests. That's not what takes place. What happens with money laundering is, since I've already mentioned the lotto scam and I use that, we know that the lotto scam is criminal activity. You perpetrate fraud on a person and deception on a person to then get their money from them. It is a criminal act. So if you think about, let us assume that I am not a banker, but I am involved in the lotto scam. And so I am using deception to get people to send me money here in Jamaica. And it is against the law. I now have this money, so I have my associates bringing in money from the United States of America and Canada and the UK, and then bringing it to me, and I'm getting cash. And I have all this cash. But is that money clean? No, because it has come from a criminal activity. The origin of the money, the source of the money is from a form of criminal activity. So how do I get that money to appear as if it came from legitimate activity? Is operating a car wash a legitimate activity? Car wash. Washing cars is a legitimate activity. Nothing illegal with washing cars. Agree? So let us assume that my friend here, my drummer man, you are my good friend, and you are running a car wash business. So what I'll do, since he already has a bank account, I will come and I say, what's your name? Then Mario, take some of this money and put it in your bank account for me, please. The Mario, what you going to say? Yeah, man. The Mario say, yeah, man. Yeah, because I'm going to give him some of that money. So there's financial gain for him, right? Then the Mario say, all right, the Mario, we put the money in the bank, but we need to get it back out of the bank, the Mario. You agree? So how we get it out? We said, the Mario, go to the bank and apply for a loan. Tell them that you're expanding into other business, that you're going to set up an auto mechanic shop, and you want a loan to put in place all the arrangements so that you can start your auto mechanic business. So Demario, what do you say about that? Sure. Yeah, man. So he goes to the bank. No, he's already a legitimate customer in the bank. Yeah? And the bank hopefully would have done proper due diligence on you. They would have gotten information on you when you're opening your car wash business deposit account and checking account with them. But now you're involved with assisting a criminal to launder the money. So guess what? He gets the loan. He might secure the loan against cash that he has in the bank account. So he's getting back the money. And then we can start a business and we can put even more criminal proceeds into the auto mechanic shop business and launder the money. So the criminal money gets mingled up with legitimate money. So it appears as if it is coming from not criminal activity but from legitimate activity. So money laundering, we say, has three stages. The placement of the money into the bank, the layering of that money, so you have several different transactions because you're trying to distance this money from its origin. So the loan that we talked about helps with that process. And then the integration, when the bank gives the loan and we get and me and the Mario get that loan, the loan money. That is integration now. So the money is back in the legitimate economy under our control. So that's a little quick example of money laundering, but it's dangerous because money laundering is helping criminals to carry out even more criminal activity. And as we've seen in Jamaica, criminal activity is sometimes connected with violence. And just like Imani Green, innocent lives get taken because of disputes criminals have. So, in the fight against criminality, and in order to fight money laundering, it is important for banks to know who their customers are. So we have a very real need to find out the identity of the customer. We need to know that you are who you say you are. Right? We need to know the source of your income and wealth. We need to know where you live. And there are other things that we obviously need to know, but I've just highlighted three. And so when the banks ask you, you have a better appreciation of why they're asking you for those things. Banks are not only going to try and establish your identity, But they're going to want to establish, well, what kind of activity are you going to do through your account? How many deposits are you going to make in a month? And on average, how much will these deposits total? How many withdrawals are you going to make from your account? And on average, how much will these withdrawals amount to? Will you be doing wire transfers? Are they coming in or are they coming out? Banks need to establish with you, when you're opening your account, what is the expected activity in the account. Why? Because when they begin to see the activity, the actual activity in the account, varying from what you told them when you opened the account, they're going to come back and ask why. And it could be legitimate reasons. If you're in business and your business grows, then there's going to be more money passing through your account. But we want that money to be legitimate money. Money gained from legitimate activity. So because crime and something called terrorism are dangerous to our way of life, the parliament in our country have passed two very important laws. One is the Proceeds of Crime Act and the other is the Terrorism Prevention Act. Those laws place obligations on banks to put in place policies and procedures in relation to knowing their customer. We call them KYC for short. So we have KYC policies and procedures that we have to follow. And whenever we see unusual activity, we are obligated by law, the banks are obligated by law to report details of that unusual activity to the designated authority, which is the Financial Investigation Division. And the presenter who follows me is actually the head of the Financial Investigations Division.
Our Chief Technical Director of Financial Investigation Division. And while serving the JCF, he was the Assistant Commissioner of the Anti-Corruption Branch. Mr. Felice joined the police in Jamaica in September 2007, bringing with him over 30 years of experience in Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Now, prior to joining the JCF, Mr. Felice was the Senior Director of Investigations at the Police Ombudsman's Office in Northern Ireland, a position he held he held that since 2002. Now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our second presenter, Mr. Justin Felice, Chief Technical Director. Drum roll, please. Technical Director, Financial Investigation Division, talking to us about guarding against fraud, including identity theft. Serious business.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Do I have a drum roll? Okay, really, it is serious business. I want to talk to you today about the emerging threats from fraud, identity theft, how somebody steals your identity and uses it to steal your money and other valuables, but also the emerging threat from cybercrime. Do we all know what cybercrime is? I think we all understand that it's the electronic world where we're all using... Who in the audience has got a mobile phone, a PDA? Let's have a look. Who's got the phone? Yeah? Who uses the internet? The kids? Youngsters at school, you must use the internet. People using it to pay bills. You can pay your JPS bill, you can pay your water bill, you can pay all of your bills now online. How do you do it? You do it with passwords and all the codes that you've got to try and remember. So I'm just going to talk to you about some of the threats in respect of dealing with the modern 21st century way of banking. The days of walking into the bank and speaking to somebody face to face are reducing. We're all encouraged to use cash machines. Do we all use the cash machines? ATMs, as they're officially known. There are real threats from using cash machines, and I'll talk about some of those today. Just to put in perspective, in the United States last year, there was $5.3 billion worth of US currency taken by PIN number credit theft. So that's people using your PIN numbers illegally against your account. $5.3 billion worth in the United States. I haven't got the figures for Jamaica, but I would think they would be frightening if I had them today. Just make sure, yeah, okay, it's working. Right, we all know there's a recession at the moment, and it's probably been going on since 2007, 6 years, and we're still not out of the recession. Things are tight, things are hard. There's cutbacks, reduced spending. However, the criminals have become more sophisticated in how they make money. Because don't forget, criminals, all they want to do is make a profit. They're not bothered whether they're dealing in cocaine, ganja, human trafficking, or fraud involving money, as long as they get the money. That's what they're after. It's a business. So they're not bothered what the commodity is. It could be gold, diamonds, whatever. But I'm going to concentrate today just on the use of fraud, in particular cybercrime.